welcome. My name is Randi Lee. Thank you for joining me today for this yoga practice. I'd like to start by focusing on our breathing and allowing our minds to settle, which is why we focus on our breathing, because we take our attention away from what's happening around us and bring our attention to what's happening within our bodies and minds. So let's bring some awareness to our breathing as we bring our hands to the belly, standing nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears, closing the eyes gently, and we start to slowly breathe in and out through the nose. So we have our hands placed on our bellies so that we can be aware of the breath moving down to the belly, expanding the belly, lengthening the path of the breath, slowing down. Inhaling, exhaling. So as we breathe, I would like to offer you a mantra. A mantra is a singular idea, singular focus. And that is the probably most basic way to describe a mantra. But this mantra allows our mind to be focused on it and the breath as opposed to what's happening around us or the sensations that may come. So your mantra for this class, for this practice, and maybe beyond the mat can be, I inhale, I exhale. Simply following the path of the breath, bringing awareness to the movement. I inhale, I exhale. I inhale, I exhale. A couple more on your own, internally reciting I inhale, I exhale along with the breathing. We find the mind slows down. We feel more connected to the physical body. Keeping the eyes closed or gently opening them on your next inhale, lift the arms up overhead. The hands meet at prayered palms as you exhale through heart center. I inhale, arms up overhead. I exhale, prayered palms to heart center. I inhale, I exhale. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhaling, swan dive down, hinge at the hips, feel the crown of the head lifting away, lengthening the spine. Fingertips come to the floor or to the legs. Forward fold, inhaling. Lift the spine halfway, lengthening the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Pressing with the hands into the shins, activating the arms, shoulders relax away from the ears. Exhaling, fold down, pouring the crown of the head towards the floor. Take an inhale and exhale here. I inhale. I exhale. Inhale, halfway rise, slide the hands up the shins once more, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhaling, full fold, plant the hands, step or walk back to high plank. Drop to the knees, couple cat-cows to start strengthening and stretching. So as you inhale, the belly button in the belly lowers, the heart opens, the shoulders draw back. Exhaling, round through the spine, engage the core. This is the strengthening. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Keep flowing as you breathe. The hands should be under the shoulders, so if you notice they're not, adjust them. And as you flow with this movement between cat and cow, The movement actually starts from the base of the spine, so the tilting of the pelvis is what allows this movement to begin. Head comes last. On your next exhale, round through the spine, come through cat pose, sit the hips back, extended child's pose. Try to get the forehead to the floor, maybe walk the hands a little closer to the knees so that you can press the hips back and maybe make a connection to the heels. If you can't get your forehead to the floor, stack two fists, one on the other, and then connect the third eye center. Find space for the neck to lengthen. Here's our grounding. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. Release the hands to the floor. If you may have made fists, walk them forward and come to your modified plank. So what is modified plank? We drop the hips in line, a diagonal line of energy from the crown of the head through the shoulders, the hips, and the knees. Feel the belly button pulling up towards the ribs. Feel the lower back lengthen as the tailbone slightly tucks, engaging the core. Press into the hands. Feel the arms as they support you. Inhaling. On an exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Watch the arms stay close to the body, all the way to the mat. Tent the fingertips or cupcake hands, tops of the feet pressed to the floor, actively pressing the feet into the floor, feeling the knees lift away from the ground. On an inhale, we lift the heart, lift the sternum, use the muscles in the back, inhaling low or high cobra. Exhale, lower down. Option to open the hands a little wider off of the mat. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, lower down. Return the hands to the mat. Shift back through all fours. Find cat spine and sit back to extended child's pose. Only for one inhale, one exhale. Inhaling, round through the spine, shift the hips forward, modified plank, and it's modified because our knees are to the floor. Keep your knees to the floor or curl the toes under and come to your high plank. Belly is engaged the same way as if the knees were on the floor. Inhaling to hold, exhaling, lower all the way down, squeeze the arms into the side of the body. Tent the fingertips, tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Plant the hands firmly if they have not been already. And we'll take a moment to look over the left shoulder. The right hip shifts out to the side. So if you take an aerial view, you'll see that my hips are shifting to the side and my gaze is over the shoulder. So we're stretching the side waist. On an exhale, shift back through center, nice and slow, opposite side. Gazing over that shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, lower down. Press into the hands, shift back through all fours, curl the toes under. First down dog of the class. Pedal out your dog. Find lengthening in the hamstrings. Look at the hands, make sure there's not a pocket of space between the thumb and index finger. Press that space down. We feel the rotation in the arms. Bend the knees. Look forward between the hands. Ribs to thighs as you step or walk forward. Inhale, halfway rise, slide the hands up the shins. Exhale, full fold, reverse swan rise as you lift. I inhale. I exhale, bringing that mantra, that single pointed focus back to your breath. I inhale. I exhale. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, hinge at the hips. Find the floor with the fingers, whether the knees need to be bent or not. Inhale, halfway rise. Maybe the hands or fingertips can stay to the floor. Exhale, plant the hands, step or walk back to high plank. Knees straight or bent for modified. Here's our vinyasa. Exhale, lower all the way down. Tent the fingertips, inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale and stay, look over the left shoulder. Right hip shifts out to the side. So we're getting this side stretch with a back bend as well. Inhale through center. Opposite way, shift the hip the other way. Inhale through center. Exhale, lower down. Plant the hand, shift back through all fours to down dog. Pedal out your dog or raise both heels and then lower them both at the same time. Do that a few times. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, place it down. So as you move the legs, inhaling the left leg to the sky, let the movement of the leg match the movement and speed of your breath. Exhale, lower down. Right leg, inhale. Draw the nose and the knee towards each other, round through the spine. We're going to step that right foot forward, either all the way or part way, and grab the foot, bring it forward. Drop the back knee to the floor. Hands walk up to the right knee. In slow pulses to lower into that hip flexor. Relax the shoulders. Left hand comes to the back of the hip, and use that hand to guide the left hip forward, lengthening through the crown of the head. So I'm hoping to get into a couple back bends, and opening the hip flexors actually has a lot to do with it. So if you feel this right now, lifting up through the heart and starting to arch back, you can feel this whole stretch come up the left side all the way up. So the front of that hip flexor is very involved in any kind of back bend. Lifting the crown of the head to the sky, inhale the arms up. Exhale, halfway fold forward, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Maybe the back leg lifts. Inhale, rise. Maybe it stays lifted. Exhale. Inhale, drop the back knee. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot. Shift the hips back, lengthening the front leg. Maybe the toes and foot lift, flexing through the foot. Stretching the hamstring of this front leg. Keep lifting through the crown of the head. So we don't want to round forward. We want to have the heart reaching towards the leg and the crown of the head reaching longer. Shift the weight into the front foot, lift the back knee off of the floor, plant the hands. The right leg is going to sweep back and up. Here's your three-legged dog. So here's an option. You can either plant that foot down to meet the left and vinyasa that way, or that lifted leg can float with you, lowering all the way down, then the foot connects to the earth when you do. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Step forward between the hands. Walk the hands over to the length of the mat and continue on. So now we're facing the left leg. Find yourself here lengthening through the back leg and drop the knee to the floor. Both hands to the front knee, little pulses lifting and lowering. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And you may see that my back foot still has the toes curled under. The reason why I do that is because I actually press into that foot slightly to lift my knee out of the pressure it may be feeling if I have this with the top of the foot to the floor. So you choose and you figure out what works best for you. Right hand to the right hip, guiding the hip forward. And as soon as you do that, you notice that the heart wants to expand to the sky. Allowing the heart to open, allowing the head to relax back. Opening up this hip flexor. Inhaling the arms to the sky. Exhale, halfway fold, sweep the arms back. Inhaling. So doing these arm movements, exhaling to fold, while we're still in this hip flexor opening is kind of a trick for the mind. Maybe the back leg lifts because we're still staying active through the legs. But since we're distracting ourselves with the arm movement, maybe we don't notice it as much. Exhale, drop the back knee, frame the front foot, shift the hips back, flex that left foot. So we come into a hamstring stretch. This is called half Hanuman. Full Hanuman is a full split, maybe another day. Shift the weight back into that left foot. Plant the hands firmly. Sweep the leg back and up. In vinyasa with the leg lifted, or pick your vinyasa. Back to down dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Step forward between the hands. Walk the hands all the way around, facing the right foot once more. And then we're going to step the back foot forward. So how do we do this? We start shifting the weight, getting ready, and on maybe your count of 3, we step forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, full fold. I inhale. I exhale. Place the hands to the lower back. Allow the shoulders to work towards each other so we're opening through the heart. So let me see. Stay where you are for a moment. I'm going to turn around and show you what my hands are doing. So here are your hands, fingers down, elbows squeezed together. Feel this space between the shoulder blades shorten up. Feel them squeeze together. Or fingertips up the back, facilitating a wider opening of the chest. Or even your reverse prayer. So if you do try to do this, make sure that the hands and wrists are comfortable. We really feel this opening in the shoulders. So choose any of those 3 hand postures. We'll come into a standing back bend as you inhale, lift through the crown of the head, and not so much tuck the tailbone, but just lengthen the lower spine. Inhaling, exhaling, press the hips forward, and if you feel this compression in the lower spine, reach taller and higher through the heart. Chin can be working towards the chest, or head can fall back as much as it feels comfortable. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, the hands slide down the legs. Halfway rise, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, and drop to the knees. Extended child's pose. So stay here for a moment. I just want you to acknowledge the sensations that you may be feeling in your spine. So when we move through back bends, our heart opens and our spine is not the only thing that we're using, but it can be pretty intense. So I'd like you to take a moment here and acknowledge the practice that you have entered into for this moment. Walk the hands forward. Lower all the way down to the floor. We'll take the right elbow, actually take both arms. So walk yourself back on the mat, maybe if you've found the carpet in front of you. So take your hands just for a moment and lengthen through the heart. So you may want to take a side view for this. If you're lengthening through the crown of the head and grip the fingers into the mat, you feel the spine lengthen and you can actually see that it's an upper back bend. So back bends are not from the lower back, they are actually from the upper back. So we're gripping the hands in to the floor, we're using our finger pads like little claws, and we're using traction, pulling the mat towards us as our heart and ribs come closer to the fingers. So we'll relax down, let the shoulders shrug, let the head drop, shift the head side to side. Let the hands come alongside the ribs, shift back through all fours, and then sit on your heels. So we'll come into camel pose eventually, but first I'd like to get you kind of in the feel of the direction we're going. So camel pose, I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with it, but you're on your knees, it's a kneeling back bend, and this is pretty much the gist. But before we get there, let's bring the hands, fingertips facing towards the feet. We'll bring the hands behind us. And from here, start to open the heart and squeeze the shoulder blades together for this heart opening, chest opening, lifting through the back of the shoulders. So we're pressing the heart higher to the sky. So as if there's something pressing the heart through the chest to the sky in a nice way. Chin to chest if that feels good, or anywhere in between, letting the head fall back. So soften out of the arching of the back, pull the belly button in, sit forward, hands to the knees, and we'll take a brief back stretch here. So in back bends, it's very important to do counter stretches. That's what this is. Inhale back through center. So you can either do this variation again with the fingers and hands to the floor if that feels good. From here as well, you can move to lift the hips away from the heels, so you start to press through the hips, lifting up. And breathing. Exhale, lower down. Walk the hands forward, counter stretch. Let's come to stand on the knees. Hands come to the lower back as you did while you were standing. So the fingers can be pointing up the spine, fingers can be pointing down the spine. Up to you. And your toes can be flat or curled. If you have not done camel too many times before, curl the toes under. It will help you with stability. Inhaling, lift through the crown of the head. Exhaling, pour the crown of the head back. Keep lengthening, lifting through the heart if you feel the compression in the lower back. And you can stay here, remembering chin to chest or anywhere in between, letting the head fall as comfortable as it will be for you. So you can stay here or reach for the heels. You'll notice that if you reach for the heels, your hips shift back so you can grab the heels. Once you grab them, pull the hips forward again as if someone is wrapping a belt around your hips and pulling you forward. Keep breathing. I inhale. I exhale. Releasing. Bring the hands to the lower back first. Facilitating the lift, inhaling. Exhale, sit back on the hips, or the hips to the heels, round through the spine. So we'll take a couple kneeling cat-cows. Inhale. Exhale. I inhale. I exhale. Shift forward to all fours. We're coming to seated, so cross the ankles one over the other. Walk the hands back and sit down, nice and easy. Bring the feet forward. Hands to the knees, slowly roll down. Allow the head gently to place to the floor. Hug the knees in, hands to the knees in slight circles or shifts and movement, massaging the lower back. Release the arms out to the sides. Drop both knees to the right. Inhale through center. Dropping both knees to the left. Inhale through center. Plant the feet and let the knees gently rest inward on each other. Bring the hands to the belly. And find that mantra, that one focused thought on the breathing. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. I inhale. I exhale. Take a couple more cycles on your own. Allowing the face to be soft, the body to be supported on the earth. On your next exhale, draw the knees into the chest. And roll to one side. And then come to seated when you're ready. For my closing today, I'd like to offer you a mantra. It is different from the I inhale, I exhale, but it's something that I've found helps me calm and center my mind. If you know it, it's the Loka Samasta mantra. If you don't, then simply witness. All mantras start with the Om in Sanskrit. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale through prayered palms. The meaning of that mantra: let all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may my actions in some way contribute to their happiness. It is a good way to live, to do good for others, which is good for all. Thank you for coming. Namaste.